Yo, what's going on guys? Stickman here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to S rank and get the Untouchable achievement for the final boss fight of Sonic X Shadow Generation, specifically the new Shadow Generations portion of the game. This should probably go without saying, but if you haven't beaten the final boss fight yet and are worried about spoilers, I highly recommend you click off right now. You've been warned. So the final boss fight of this game is, well, you guessed it, the same boss at the end of Shadow the Hedgehog, except this time he's got a brand new form and you don't go super. Kinda. First, we gotta start out by talking about the structure of the boss fight. The boss has 3 different phases. In phase 1, you have to drain his health to exactly half of his health bar using the Doom Surf power. In phase 2, you have to eliminate the other half of his health bar using the Doom Morph power. And in phase 3, you get to use the Doom Wings, which basically functions like a Super Shadow. The only reason he didn't have his super form is because the Chaos Emeralds weren't in this game, but his rings still drain accordingly. And you have to take out the new form Neo Devil Doom, and of course drain its entire health bar to win the battle. Surprisingly, getting the S rank is actually quite challenging this time around. I recommend completing each of these 3 phases with the times you see on screen right now. Phase 1 should be done in a minute, phase 2 should be done in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and phase 3, which is basically the final boss ending, should be completed in at least under 4 minutes. Let's start with phase 1. Phase 1 is really straightforward. You're in Doom Surf doing what you always do with the Doom Surf, which is to hit either the right or the left bumpers to spin and knock any incoming projectiles towards Black Doom. Some projectiles in the sky will drop lasers down that you have to watch out for while you're hitting the other projectiles on the water. The good news is the lasers and the projectiles are always going to be in the exact same spots every time you restart the boss fight. To make sure you don't get hit, let's go through it together. You're going to see the first 3 projectiles, left bumper, then when you get close, right bumper the next 3, left bumper, watch out for the laser, right bumper, and then left bumper in the middle, and then take the hoops in the middle, and then right bumper to get all 3 out of the way, and just mash the homing attack button. It can seem tempting to hold the button, but I'm pretty sure if you mash, you deal more damage. When you get to the side, if you want to get some of the rings, you can jump and then press either the left or right bumper to stay in the air longer, but I don't really think it's that necessary. When the hoops take you to the next section, you're going to want to jump and then hit right bumper right as you're approaching the projectiles on the right. Hit the left bumper to take out the next 3 projectiles, then right bumper for the following 3. After getting through the last set of hoops, jump, and then right while you're in between these 2 projectiles, hit LB, and that should deflect all 4 of those projectiles and give you time to move to the left to take the ramp here. This ramp route is seriously so much faster than the hoops on the right, so always take the ramp. Boost and switch to the right rail, and then once again mash the homing attack button. Phase 1 should be done in under a minute, and you should be moving on to the next phase. By the way, it's okay if you didn't hit all of the projectiles, just as long as you hit most of them and you didn't get hit by any of them. I really only shaved off like a second or 2 by hitting them all. For the second phase, you're going to have to be really good at using the Doom Morph, and if you want to learn more about how to use it successfully, I've got a guide on the channel up for that, but I'll do my best to explain during this fight as well. For the first part, you can jump then hit the homing attack button when you see this orb, then you can continuously just tap the homing attack button and you'll probably make it through all the automation to get to the spring to be able to mash the homing attack button and deal enough damage to move on to the second part. This part starts off pretty similarly, just jump, tap the homing attack button, and you should be able to jump across these 3 platforms. Wait until the flat platform regenerates, jump, homing attack the orb right there, and then you can continuously swing across these orbs by holding the homing attack button all the way through. Pull off some more homing attacks and you should be able to get up to his eye where you can mash the homing attack button and deal enough damage to move on to the third part. This part can be a little bit tricky, so let me explain. You would have noticed that starting with the second part and also in this third part, Black Doom has a really large laser eye attack. This attack melts all the platforms in its way, and worst of all, it can also damage you. I think you should probably try to stick to the path that I take for this one because I found it to be the least painful. Jump, tap the homing attack button, and then jump onto the next platform here, and then jump again to hit the spring to take you to these next set of platforms. Once again, when you see this orb, tap the homing attack button to get onto the platforms. Wait until the following first flat platform has melted away and regenerated before jumping on it again. Or you can be risky enough to jump on the platform even while it's still glowing orange right before it melts away. Then you can jump and then continuously tap the homing attack button on these Doom Morph orbs and use that automation to get to the end, and once again mash the homing attack button to complete phase 2 in at least under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. When you get to phase 2, Shadow's going to pull out those majestic Doom Wings and it's pretty much going to be a sky chase. While you're flying, you're going to notice a bunch of flat obstacles blocking your path. Do your best to avoid them. I'm not sure if getting hit by either of them is going to affect the achievement, but let me know in the comments below if you still got the Untouchable achievement after getting hit by these things. But just to be on the safe side and to complete this a lot quicker to get the S rank time, I highly recommend you don't get hit by these things. By the way, when you get to this tunnel section, Shadow will do all the maneuvering for you, so you don't have to use the left analog stick. When you get out of the tunnel, Black Doom is going to start shooting off the first round of, his seeds, I guess. And from there, just like you did with the Doom Surf, you're going to have to deflect the projectiles back at him by using the left or right bumpers. But it's a little bit different to how it works with the Doom Surf because timing your bumper presses is a little bit tricky to do. So what I recommend instead is if you see, for example, you have to press right bumper, try to spam the bumper presses because it really feels like the more you spam, the closer they get to you and the easier it is to deflect them. And the same thing goes with left bumper. Also, really important thing to keep in mind, don't boost until you see the boost prompt pop up because it's going to be really difficult to deflect them. When you see that boost prompt pop up, immediately boost as fast as you can and start mashing the homing attack button when you see the reticle pop up. But honestly, I recommend mashing even before that reticle pops up just so that when it does, you'll already be ready and you'll be guaranteed the hit. And getting all of these homing attack hits is absolutely critical because if you miss, then he's going to fly away and the fight will drag out for much, much longer and you're going to get an A rank instead. Once again, watch out for all the obstacle platforms in your way. You can take these hoops if you want to get through a lot quicker. When you get out, you're going to notice his eye flash, and that should be a clue that this is just like the Metal Overlord tail swipe, where every time the eye flashes, you're going to have to dodge. In this case, what I recommend doing is when you see the eye flash, just move out of the way and you should be able to avoid the next swipe. Once again, you're going to see these blue things back, and again, I just recommend spamming the right bumper when the game tells you until you hit them, then the left bumper when the game tells you until you hit them, then boost, homing attack into his eye, mash as much as possible to deal as much damage, and we can move on to the final part of the fight, if you're quick enough that is. His eye will flash, so get ready for the next swipe, except this time it's going to be 2 next swipes. What I recommend doing is staying in the middle until he's about to swipe you, and then going either up or down, and then wherever you go, his second next swipe will probably go there as well, so just go the other way. And we're on the final part, so if you're quick enough, you can beat the fight right here. Once again, spam the appropriate bumper depending on which one the game is asking for. Boost, homing attack. If you're able to do all of that fast enough, then you should be done the fight right under 4 minutes. And you're just going to get some QTEs right here. They're really easy to pull off. Just press the buttons it tells you, and that should be it. The end of the fight. Neo Devil Doom, that should easily be your S rank. I already got the Untouchable achievement before this, so that's why I didn't get it here, but hope this helped you out. I was struggling quite a bit with this, so I figured maybe you guys would be too. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Thank you for watching this video. Shout out to Sonic Heroes 54, Azora, Shadow Tart, Rewind Plays, Harry Short, James, Tails the Fox, and MLM0130, the Tunes Maker, for becoming channel members. If you'd like to become a channel member, be sure to hit that join button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.